Welcome everybody to week one of a 10-week series that we're hosting here at the Olin R. Wilson Health Center in Galax, Virginia. It's previously known as the Twin County Free Clinic. So if you're familiar with that, either way, we're glad you're here. Whether you joined us in person or you have been referred this information, we're just glad that you're participating. So today we're going to kind of be talking about meaningful occupations, what they are, and identifying some of those. Some of our interests. We'll fill something out in a little bit, but then we're going to talk about occupational therapy, kind of what my role is. I'm a student at Wingate University, and I graduate in May, and so I'm here to advocate for OT in kind of a primary setting, and ultimately hope you guys engage in your desired occupations. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's get started with what are occupations? So simply, I like to put it as anything that occupies your time. So if you're anything like me, that's probably a lot of different things. But let's talk about or think about 3 occupations that you currently enjoy or 3 activities that you like to spend your time doing. Awesome. And then we're going to talk about 3 occupations that you maybe used to participate in, but no longer can. That could be something maybe from 5 years ago, a year ago, 10 years. We'll think about that for a second and share. And then those occupations that you used to participate in, what's preventing you from being able to participate in those? What are the barriers that you can't seem to overcome? Perfect. These are some of my favorite occupations. I like to we'll start on the bottom left, but I like to spend a lot of my time traveling when I'm able. This was from my trip I took last year, and I just enjoy spending time with family and friends. And this is my sweet dog up there. I enjoy spending time with him outside and hiking. I really like to hike and just being outdoors. And speaking of that, if you look to the right of that, that's me and my mom. We like to go running together, and I like to go exercising with her, and I enjoy playing sports. And underneath that, you'll see me with my nephews. I love them. I consider that a role of mine. Not only am I a dog mom, but I'm an aunt. And so I enjoy filling my time with them. They are precious and dear to me. And then to the left of that, you will see me and my boyfriend. We like to go snowboarding in the winter and kind of be active in the winter with snowboarding. So that's been fun. And a new activity I actually recently learned. I did not once participate in snowboarding, but I have recently learned and really enjoy it. And I spent a lot of time doing it. So speaking of that, we're going to take a minute to kind of dive into maybe some of our interests, ones that maybe we will never ever do, or things we used to do or would like to try. So I have a couple hard copies, but we will just take a couple minutes to fill this out, and we might not get done, but we'll discuss at the end what we revealed as some of our top interests. So you can either scan it, or I have hard copies. So now we're going to kind of talk about occupational therapy's role. So you're like, what are you doing here, Ellie? As I said, I am a student, and I have the pleasure and honor of being an OT very, very soon. And this is just an awesome profession because we love helping people. And we help people of all ages just do what they want and need to do. We'll talk about in a second some of those necessary activities and maybe ones that aren't necessary, but we do spend our time doing. We call those ADLs and IADLs. But overall, we really do help people engage in those daily activities to promote a healthy life and well-being. And we do work with individuals to prevent or manage injuries, illness, and disabilities. We work a lot in a bunch of different settings, a variety, as we work with kids, adults, and older adults. We help them adapt to their environment and in those tasks to help fit their needs. So we love helping others. And couple of different settings that we work in, are with, like I mentioned with kids, we're in schools, we do early intervention, which is from ages, firstborn to 3 years old. And we work a lot in outpatient settings or inpatient, so at the hospital. And we have OT, our scope of practice is in the NICU, and community health, which is one of the reasons I'm here as well. This is also a primary care setting, so it's been fun to learn OT's role in primary care and helping manage like chronic illnesses and all sorts of stuff I'm learning. So it's really, really great. But we enjoy helping others. So we were talking about ADLs and IADLs, and like I said, ADLs does stand for activities of daily living, and IADLs are instrumental activities of daily living. So not the ones we have to do every day, but still kind of need to do or like to do. So some ADLs, this is just a very short list. This list isn't super duper long, but if you think about all those activities that you have to do, like bathing, dressing, toileting, you eat and feeding, mobility, how do you get around? Like that, we call it functional mobility. So being able to get to and from activities or places, and how do you manage that? So we work a lot with people if they're using a wheelchair. We work a lot with transferring and learning how to transfer independently, or decreasing the amount of assistance that you need to transfer from different devices. And we work a lot with personal hygiene and grooming, as far as those activities of daily living go. And with IADLs, we consider those things like cleaning, laundry, cooking. We work a lot with medication management. We help manage getting organized and managing your money and coming up with systems that work for you and are unique to the way that you manage your money. We help others prepare meals and kind of organizing tasks and progressing through those tasks at an appropriate rate. And we do work on adapting steps to tasks. So bathing, for instance, bringing it back to the activities of daily living, we kind of break each activity down into different components and what it takes to be able to fully participate in that activity. And we work a lot with adapting those activities to that individual, and we can provide assistive devices. So we'll take, for example, we'll take someone who just had a hip surgery. So they're going to have a couple adjustments to their activities of daily living, right? Bathing might be or it's going to be more difficult. Dressing is going to be harder. They're going to have precautions. So, moving your hip a certain way, you're going to have precautions on that. And so these activities all of a sudden become a little bit harder. So we work with you guys to adapt that. And how can we still bathe, dress as independently as possible, and as appropriately as possible. So next we'll go into, these are the topics that we're going to be having in the coming week. So we have one more week in January, and then we'll start our February topics. But next week we're going to be talking about SMART goals, and we're going to identify what some of our goals are, and we're going to work through reaching those and how to obtain those practically. And we're going to kind of again work through some of these occupations that we have identified that are hard for us, working through those barriers and providing you guys with resources. And then the next week, we're going to be talking about implementing a healthy lifestyle. This is our week A, I guess, of implementing healthy lifestyle strategies. And so we're going to be talking about sleep, mental health, and coping strategies, and what that looks like, preparing our bodies for sleep, being able to sleep throughout the night without waking up, and eliminating certain things like turning the TV off before bed, and stimuli that help actually keep us awake instead of prepare our bodies to sleep. And then we're going to, I'm going to have a guest speaker. We're going to talk about some mental health strategies and coping strategies, and we're going to come at that from an occupational standpoint as far as how is mental health, how does whatever that looks like for you, how is that interfering your day to day and being able to accomplish tasks and get things done that you need to and want to get done? And then introducing healthy coping strategies to kind of pair with some of those things that might be hard. How can we make things easier? And then the following week, we'll be talking about nutrition and weight loss and what that looks like, changing diets. And the following week, we're going to be talking about exercising, but if you struggle with chronic pain, whether if it's in your knees or your back, still being able to participate in exercise and healthy habits. And then we're going to be talking about budgeting and managing money. So as we have trickled down from talking about nutrition and weight loss, we're going to be talking about how to prepare meals on a budget. And we will be handing out portion control, um, kind of Tupperware things that we have at the facility here. We have a variety of materials that we have. We have actual kits that we will be passing out with some resources in there for you guys. So please feel free to sign up for the coming weeks. I would love to know if you're going to come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We meet in the conference room in the back of the free clinic. And I know that everybody's working and getting kids out of school and things like that can be tough. So just fill this out. It'll let me know that you're interested, and I can reach out to you personally to get you more information about the coming classes, not just for February, but we're running this all the way until April. So I hope that you guys will join us. If you feel like groups are just not really for me, and you would like to sign up for a one-on-one session with me, please use this. This will take you to my Calendly link, and this is directly linked to a calendar that I have set up times. So when you sign up, it'll send me an email that you have scheduled an appointment, and I would love to talk with you just about your individual needs and kind of what you might be struggling with on a personal note, whether it fits under these topics or not, that we were talking about in our groups. I hope that you will reach out. And if you have any questions, again, please feel free to email me, or again, I've attached my link here for you to copy and paste if you are having trouble with the QR code. And of course, this is my personal number, so please feel free to call or text me. If I don't answer, please leave a message. I will get back to you. But we will see you next week as we talk about SMART goals. Thanks.